So, I've been watching Adin Ross for a long time, and he's one of those guys that you just can't ignore. Even if you don't like him, even if you don't care about streaming, somehow his name always finds a way back onto your timeline. He's funny, he's entertaining, he's good at making chaos look fun. Like, there's this energy he has that makes you want to keep watching, even when you know it's gonna go off the rails in about 5 minutes. But the more I went down the whole Adin Ross rabbit hole, the more I started realizing there's this pattern with him. Like, every time he starts winning, every time he's doing well, something happens. Sometimes it's his fault, sometimes it's not. But either way, it turns into another fire. And the thing that really messed with my head is how normal all of it feels for him now. Like, for most people, one scandal would ruin their career. For Adin, it's Tuesday. The first time I remember thinking, oh man, this guy might be in trouble, was that Twitch ban back in 2021, the homophobic slur thing. Zia said it on his stream, Adin wasn't even there, but Twitch banned him anyway.
This gay, bro. This nigga he's a full-blown fat, bro. Do not come here, bro.
Oh!
This is gay, bro. This is gay, bro. Do not come here, bro.
What did he do?
Bro, he like, dog, I can't, like, dog, I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't care.
And at first, I thought, okay, Twitch just being Twitch, overreacting again. But what it did was start this whole conversation about his community. People were like, yo, this chat is out of control. And to be fair, it kinda was. Like, even he admitted it later. The ban didn't last long, but it was one of those moments where you could feel Twitch looking at him like, we're watching you now. And for Adin, that's the worst thing that could happen. Because he thrives on saying what he wants, how he wants, whenever he wants. Then came Andrew Tate. And man, that's where the story just changes. When Adin started hanging out with Tate, I don't think he realized how much that would shape how people saw him. At first, it was just content. Two loud guys talking, joking, flexing. But slowly, you could see Tate getting inside his head. There's that one clip where, and that's when people started going, wait, is Adin becoming Tate? Then Tate gets arrested in Romania. Human trafficking, organized crime, all that stuff. And Adin literally flies out there to try to visit him. He says it's about loyalty, but it felt like he was trying to prove something to himself. Like, look, I'm not fake. I stand by my people. But at what cost, right? Because by that point, his whole image had shifted. He wasn't just Adin the funny streamer anymore. He was Adin the red-pilled internet guy. And whether he liked it or not, that label stuck. And then there's the Kanye thing. That one's just weird. So he was supposed to interview Kanye right after the anti-Semitic meltdown. It was all hyped up. People were like, this is gonna be insane. But reportedly, before they even went live, Kanye said some more anti-Semitic stuff. And Adin just pulled the plug. He said he didn't want to platform hate, which, honestly, fair. But it also showed that he was still chasing shock value. Like, if Kanye hadn't said that, the stream would have happened. He wanted the chaos, just not that much chaos. Then February 2023 hits, and Twitch just nukes him. Permanent ban. Hateful conduct. That was the official reason. Adin said he didn't even know why. But then clips started going around of him streaming his Kick chat, which was just filled with slurs, racism, everything you can imagine. And yeah, he wasn't typing it himself, but it was happening on his stream. Twitch saw it and said, nope. So he goes to Kick, full time, and honestly, it was kind of perfect for him. No filters, no rules, just Adin being Adin. He called it a new chapter, said Twitch was soft, and didn't care about creators. And for a while, it looked like he was right. He was pulling crazy numbers, making money, living free. But it also meant he was surrounded by yes men and people who'd never tell him, hey man, maybe don't do that. So every bad idea became content. And then Twitch unbans him in 2025. 2 years later, they said he'd reformed. Which, okay, sure. But even Twitch employees were mad about it. Some of them literally leaked messages saying, why are we doing this? So, like, the unban just reignited the whole debate. should Adin even be allowed back? And the thing is, I kind of get both sides. Like, yeah, the guy said and did some dumb stuff, but at the same time, Twitch is not exactly consistent. They'll ban one person for being edgy, then let someone else say the same thing because it fits their politics. It's hypocritical. So in that sense, I actually agree with Adin. He didn't deserve to be banned forever. After that, he starts beefing with Speed, which, honestly, broke a lot of people's hearts. They were this iconic duo, chaotic energy, pure entertainment. But Adin implied Speed was distancing himself because of the controversies, and Speed basically said, "Bro, you're always in drama." And that's when you realize how isolating that world is. Like, when everyone you hang out with is part of your content, the second someone steps away, it feels like betrayal. But sometimes, people just need distance, especially when everything around you keeps catching fire. The next few months were just pure clown energy. There was the AI song thing. He got scammed for $200,000. Someone convinced him to buy a custom AI song that wasn't even real. And like, everyone laughed. It became a meme. But for me, that one kind of stung because it showed how impulsive he'd gotten. Like, he'll chase any shiny new thing without stopping to ask, is this real? That's the downside of being rich and famous at 22. You don't have anyone around to say, yo, chill. The next one was honestly one of the weirdest moments in Adin's entire run. February 2024. 21 Savage is on the stream. They're playing cards, high stakes, like 200 plus grand on the table. Adin ended up refunding the money, trying to clear it up, but the damage was kinda already done. Because even if you're innocent, once people start saying you got scammed on stream, that sticks. And then August 2024, the Donald Trump interview. That was peak what the hell is happening era. He actually had Trump on kick, gave him a Rolex. The internet exploded. And look, say what you want, but that was a massive moment. Like, he somehow turned from a Twitch streamer into a political figure overnight. But it also crossed a line for a lot of people. And Adin didn't really handle it well. He basked in the hype, then a few months later deleted all the Trump posts and said it hurt his image. You can't play both sides forever. By 2025, things were just spinning out. Antonio Brown allegedly shoots a gun at a boxing event and Adin defends him, like full defense, saying people were overreacting. And that's when I started thinking, maybe Adin doesn't even see the difference between loyalty and delusion anymore. Like, he'll go down with anyone if it means standing by his people, but not everyone deserves that kind of loyalty. After all this drama, you can almost feel the burnout in Adin's voice now. Like, he's realizing that attention isn't the same as respect. Adin's not evil. He's not even that bad of a guy. He's just lost in the noise. That's kind of what I took away from all this. Like, yeah, he's made mistakes. Yeah, he's promoted gambling and said dumb things and stood by the wrong people. But deep down, I think he's just a guy who blew up too fast and never had time to grow up. And the internet doesn't let you grow up quietly. It makes every dumb decision part of your permanent record. So, I don't hate Adin. I still think he's entertaining as hell.